So hello everyone. So today we're going to do a GJ breakdown, showing everyone how you could have taken a trade in London session today. So the first thing we want to do is get a bias, meaning we want to know if we're going to sell or buy today. So the first thing we're going to do is go to the daily time frame, and we're going to see what the trend is. Obviously, you can tell we're making higher highs and higher lows. So the daily bias to me is bullish. Let's keep that in mind. So daily is bullish. Over here, you can tell we're making a little retracement right here to probably keep going up later on, but let's keep in mind we're making a little retracement. Probably if we go to H4, we're going to see H4 is in a downtrend. As you can see right here, it made a little break of structure right here. Boom, boom. It made a lower low, then a lower high, then a lower low, then a lower high, then another lower low, lower high, and another lower low right here. So the H4 to me right now is bearish. H4 is bearish, meaning we're looking for sales. So last, we want to go to the H1. That's the last time frame that we go to get a bias, and you can tell H1 is obviously super bearish. It is making lower lows, lower highs, and lower low. So what am I expecting is for price to come up here and sell. That will be the ideal thing to do. But it could happen in London session or New York session. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the M15 time frame. Well, never mind. We're gonna mark our zones before. We have a little resistance here from H1 that could be respected. And we have a little resistance here that could be respected as well. So now we're gonna go to the M15, and we're going to mark our high from Asian session, which is over here. This yellow rectangle is Asian session. That will be the high. Why am I marking this? Because I know that this is liquidity to push price down. Meaning what? Meaning that price could come over here in London, do a little fake out, and then pushing down here. Okay? And we're gonna mark the Asian session low, which is the lowest point that price reached, which is over here. We're gonna mark that as liquidity to push up. Now I know that if price comes down here during London session, it is possible that's going to take out a stop losses, then pushing up to come over here, make a deeper retracement, or maybe just come over here and keep pushing down. So now I'm thinking about buying. Once price comes down here, I could buy all the way up to here, or I could sell from here to here. We'll see what price do first, and then we'll move on from there. So right now it's 2:45 a.m. It's almost London session at 3 a.m. So let's see what happens. As you can see, price reached my liquidity to push up. So now I'm going to the 3 minutes or 1 minute even, and I want to mark my lower high to see where a break of structure can happen. As you can see in the 3 minutes, the last valid lower high is over here. So it's too far from me because my stop loss will have to be down here. So I will not be using the 3 minutes. I would rather get a little more risk and use the 1 minute, which is over here. So once a candle prints above this point, I know it's a break of structure. So we're gonna wait. This will be a break of structure to me. Now we want to wait for a retest and a nice engulfing, which will be somewhere above here, above this candle. So it didn't engulf. So this is the next yellow candle, and this right here, all these candles, and go up this one. So I will take my entry right here, the stop loss. Ideally, it will be down here, the stop loss, but it's 45 pips. I'm not using it that. This one is also good, which is 20 pips under this higher low, but in this case, I'm gonna use 15 pips right under this higher lows. And my TP is going to be, my TP1 is going to be this zone because as you can see, there's also liquidity here that could come up here and push price down. That's my TP1 and this is my TP2. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. Now we're gonna see what price does. Boom, 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 okay. So right now, here you had 30 pips profit and your stop loss is 15, so that's already a 1 to 2 risk to reward. You could have taken a lot of profits there, but myself, I always like to aim for more. But usually 1 to 2 risk to reward is super good, so keep that in mind. Keep moving this a little. And boom. TP1 hit, and my stop loss actually never got hit, so we got 53 pips in profit. This blue zone is London session, so my entry, I found it in London session, which is super important. So based on this, now you can move on to New York session, and there is a high chance you can have found another entry in New York session. How? This liquidity zone that I marked, that I said will push price down, it did hit that zone, so now you could have gone to the 3 minutes. Last higher low will be here, so it's too far. So in this case, you go to the 1 minute and you wait for a 1 minute VOS, which happened here. You can see this is a higher low. But no, let's take this one instead because this is not a higher than this one. So I want to see a VOS right here before entering a little sell. VOS happened. I'll enter sell right here. Stop loss over here, 15 pips, aiming at my next liquidity zone, which is right down here. You can see my next liquidity is down here. So that will give you a 1 to 3 risk to reward. And there you already had a 1 to 2 risk reward. So you would have already won twice whatever you risk on this trade right here. 40 pips with a 15 pip stop loss. That's more than good. And you can see here you have a trade you could have taken in New York session, the other trade that I showed you before for London session. And that's about it, guys. I hope you learned something new.